Camera rolling. A-cam. Saw sticks. Tail slate. Okay, let's get into it. I was about to say, the video you all been waiting for. No one's been waiting for this video. But baby, I've been waiting to make it. Is it a scam if you are given some of what you paid for, but not all? That's still a scam, right? I've been documenting my Vend journey, and that video will be dropping right after this one. I've been documenting it since January, but I want to talk about when I originally started in June, and when I found someone on Instagram to trust to help build my business, and how she ended up being a scam. This video is not for like get back or I want to embarrass her. The sole purpose of this video, if 1 or 2 people watch this video and decide not to spend money with this woman because they got a warning from me, great. That's literally the point. This is a warning so you don't waste your money. Because in Atlanta especially, the real game right now, the real business, the real money maker is making it look like you know how to do something and charging people for the course. I have a script here, so I'll be referring to it to try to stay on topic. Ugh, I just went to her page and got to know it all over again. So her name is Coach Roxy. Her real name is, I'll just insert it here because I can't remember, it's like Roxanne or something. From my experience, it seemed like the people that had like mega followers, like those seem to be the people that I didn't feel comfortable trusting. So with anybody that I want to take knowledge or pay for their course or whatever, if they have something I'm interested in, then I follow their page and I just watch. As you can see, she doesn't have that many followers. How she didn't have as much engagement and her content just seemed very raw, I took that as a positive sign. Silly me. I watched her pages for some months and I was like, okay, I like her content. Even though it's not aesthetically pleasing, she's just getting to the point. I DM'd her. Here's our DMs. She offered me an Amazon card that I actually never got and told me, you know, what she offered. I told her what I wanted and she gave me a price. I paid for her services through Afterpay, right? Yeah, because I was paying like 5 payments or whatever. She gave me this beautiful sob story that I hope is true, because if she lied on this, that's insane, about how she had a tumor like on her brain or brain cancer or something, and that when she survived that, like it gave her a second chance at life, and that's when she really decided to follow her dreams or, you know, do what she wanted, which was vending. The e-course had a lot of useful information. It did. Like I still have the PDF or whatever file. It was like, you know how people, they do these classes online and they save it and download it, so when you buy their course they give it to you. Had a lot of useful information, even though some of it I think was definitely filler. For example, like she would be like, if you have no business credit, go with these accounts and they'll approve you and then you'll be able to start your business credit. And then I go and like it would be a rule that would be like, oh, you have to have this, or I go and I wouldn't get approved, or, and I kept hitting her up like, hey, the list of things you gave me, like I'm getting dead ends, I'm getting denied, I'm doing exactly what you said, and it would always be an excuse like, oh, some of them I think did change, like, oh, well let me change, or some of them, they changed their requirements, thanks for letting me know, but it's like not every single one you gave me has changed the requirements and doesn't work. It's like you just pull these out even though you have no proof of them actually working, or maybe they work but you have to have a certain amount of specifications that you know someone new doesn't have, but you're passing it off like, yeah, this all you gotta do is sign up for this. Let me start with, I guess, the accountability that I take. Although I just said I feel like a lot of people that have like a bunch of followers and things like that, it seems to me to be the scammers, which obviously I've been proven wrong with this experience. I also think that it probably needs to be a meeting. Like I feel like when I send people her account, or when you see her account, it kind of gives like, you trusted her. It doesn't look legit. That's the word. It doesn't look legit, but I just thought it was genuine. So I kind of take accountability for that. Like maybe her page didn't really give what it needs to give for me to like trust her. One of my first red flags was, not really red flag, but I thought it was interesting, is when we would get on our calls. So I paid for the course, I go through the course, and now we're supposed to meet neither bi-weekly or weekly, and whichever it was, I told her like, hey, we could just meet bi-weekly, we don't have to meet weekly. Or I told her we don't have to meet bi-weekly, we can meet monthly. Whatever it was, I chopped it in half, because throughout the process of me building my LLC and getting a line of business credit, and you know, it was no point of us meeting as often as she wanted to. However, when we would meet, I felt like sometimes I would have to kind of get us back on track with just talking about business, which I understand wanting to get a personal relationship maybe with your clients, but it was kind of giving like, does she have friends or something? Like, it was a little off, like not reading the room of like, okay, let's handle business before getting into. Some things that I started to notice on our calls was she told me that she lived in Marietta, or I think had a place. I lived in Smyrna at the time, and she said like, oh yeah, I have a property there. And sometimes we would get on the phone and like she would go into what she was doing almost to like try to make herself seem more legit. Like, yeah, I just closed on these apartments, like all these apartments. I just got a whole like apartment building that I'm working on, and yeah, I'm moving to Alfreda, like I'm getting movers move my house. And it would be like, oh, okay, well, my business credit that I didn't get approved for that you said, like, okay, like it was like showboaty. It didn't seem really genuine, and I think it was all lies. It was all lies. I started to notice that when we were on a call, like, you say you live here, but you're always in North Carolina, and you don't seem to have your own home. You're like always kind of on the go somewhere. Like, but do you actually have a home? It was just getting weird. Like I just said before, I think I said it before, I paid her for basically the e-course, our monthly calls, and for her to find me a location. She only charged me $3 something to find me 3 locations. Knowing what I know now, that is very cheap. That was another red flag. Like I said before, however often she wanted to meet, I split that time in half. It started to become very difficult to get in contact with her. I felt like the clientele she was used to and that she goes for is all talk and not action. And I was like, hey, this doesn't work. Hey, when can we meet up? Hey, I got my LLC. Hey, I was ready to go. And I think maybe people have paid her and dragged her feet, so it's like made it even easier to scam because they're not even holding her accountable. So it's like, I got your money. And so one time we got on the phone and she was like, oh, I can tell you want to meet, like, she made it seem like, oh, you're one of my extra clients, when I'm only trying to get done what we agreed. I'm not asking for anything extra. So it started to become very difficult to get in contact with her. I was speaking to her assistants that it would have conflicting information. I would say like, hey, can we meet on Tuesday? Let's say on Monday, I'm like, hey, are you available to meet on Wednesday? She respond like on Tuesday and be like, yeah, we can meet Wednesday at 5. Does that work with you? And I'd be like, absolutely. And then I wouldn't hear from her. So she never confirmed. And then the last meeting we did have, I am 1,000% sure she completely forgot about. Something told me to just wait to see if she would call me. And like a minute or two before, I'm like, can't wait to chat. And when we got on the phone, she's driving in a car full of people. So it's like, I'm not getting your undivided attention. Like, I would like my time respected of you like sitting down and talking to me. And it's like, we still got things done, but it still was very much, you forgot about this meeting. And I think that was actually our last meeting. It started being very hard to get in contact with her. And I kept running into issues with where she told me to build business credit, and I'm just like, okay, it's like in my video I put, step 1, you want to build, get a business account, get an LLC. Step 2 would be the funding for the machines when it's time to buy them. And you told me I could get approved, but I keep running into walls, and then I can't get in contact with you to get clarity. It came off to me as if I'm holding you accountable, and I'm asking for explanations of things that you don't have, because you're kind of lying. Like, you know what you're doing, and she does have vending machines, at least I think she does, but do you know enough to teach? Like, do you know enough to carry someone through the process? Because why do you keep disappearing on me? I told her straight up, hey, it's getting really hard to get in contact with you. And she was on like the other end of the phone like, oh, well, that's when she was like, oh, I see you're kind of one of my clients that really likes to, but really likes to what? I told you I only wanted to meet, I can't remember, we're just gonna say once a month. I told you I wanted to meet once a month, and it's hard to meet you once a month. So what am I doing? And I was like, okay, you know what? She's probably not used to people that are, as honest as I am. But when it comes to business, money, meeting, like, girl, it's getting hard to get in contact with you. Why is it so hard to get in contact with you? Because you were trying to meet even more than this. You got my money. Don't play. But baby, what's she playing? I was supposed to get added to the group chat of other people in the community, like other people that were also in like the class or whatever. And she kept dragging her feet about it. When I got added, I saw why. Because people were in the group that had started taking classes from her or whatever course from her a while ago. And some of these people, it's so crazy because some of the people in the group that were frustrated, the same people that were in the video conference thing, like e-course thing, like she basically recorded an e-course and had people on live, like a live Zoom class thing. She recorded it, kept that, and now she's using it. These people knew you in the beginning, now they're having trouble with you, but it looks like when you watch this course, everything's all great, but them same people are frustrated because they're like, yeah, I sat in on your Zoom call, but it's been 6, 7, 8, 9 months, and I still don't have a vending location that you promised. So it's a man in there kind of reckless, like he kind of going off. I honestly and wholeheartedly believe that this assistant was her. This was her. It was her. It's always been her. Every assistant, we ain't gonna get to the lawyer yet. All that was her. So I'm getting frustrated now. I'm like, it's hard to get in contact with her. I need my locations. I told her originally that I wanted my locations in Columbus, Georgia, because that's where I'm from. We got on the phone. She starts talking about potential ones she finds. And I say, wait, actually, stop. Switch it to Atlanta. I'm not gonna be driving down there for my first time of having vending machines. She's like, okay, cool. When I tell you, I did not hear from her for probably months. I could never get back on the phone with her. I can never get an update. And like I said in the group message, one guy was frustrated because she claimed to have found him a school, but was waiting on the school to confirm. That man called that school. I'm getting ahead of myself. Like now it's like I'm begging to talk to this woman. I messaged her one day and I'm like, look, the last part that I paid for with these locations, I'm not getting them. It's taking too long. I'm not getting updates. I would like a partial refund. I no longer want to work with you anymore. I have the message. I'm like, maybe you know you got too much on your plate. I think she finally responds. She's still dragging her feet. And then she's like, my lawyer will get in contact with you because I usually don't do refunds. I know you don't do refunds, but you have not given me what I asked for, so you need to get my money back. Girl, why the lawyer emailed me from her email?
What?
She's the lawyer. Why did she email me from her email? Why did she email me from her email? If this is your lawyer, she's going to email me from the law firm email. And it's still mumbo jumbo. I said, I'm disputing the charges. I partially dispute the charges. It did not go through, and I lost probably like $300 something. I paid her like $700 something in total. Also paid an additional $250, I think, for a business proposal that I don't think I needed. And it took her, I was supposed to get it in a week. It took like a month for her to give it to me, which I'm pretty sure she just plugged in my LLC name. But whatever, I paid for it. Maybe one day I'll use it. I don't know if I should. It might be copyrighted or something. This is when shit get real motherfucking juicy, okay? A few people in the group message started a side group message. And that's when we started comparing facts. These people have been with her way longer than I have been. And it had been months. Now, they pay her on like Cash App or something, which is crazy to me. But I don't want to seem like I'm any better because clearly I'm in the same situation. And we're still waiting on these locations. The guy went on the school. Like now we're in here comparing information. I haven't heard from her. What she said to you, what she said to you. The guy for the school, the one that she said, I got your school, I'm just waiting on him to confirm. He called that school. Them people had never heard of her before. So he was waiting on nothing. She's just stringing you along until I guess you eventually get the hint and get the step in. The other girl, she called the law firm that she said she had a lawyer at. They had never heard of that woman. They had never heard of that woman, didn't know that woman. I said, okay. Okay, I'm going to dispute the charges and I'm going to keep moving on. I thought about taking her to small claims court. And my mom gave me that idea. And when I looked up, the fee was only like $100. I was like, I don't mind it. I mean, if I can represent myself, I think that's worth it. In order to take someone to small claims court, you have to do it in the like county or city that their business neither their business is registered in or where they live, their address registered in. I just left off another part. Let me go back real quick before I get into me trying to take her to small claims court. When we were on the phone one day, one of our calls, when the location I gave her was Smyrna. When I told her I wanted to do the new locations, she mispronounced Smyrna. She didn't know how to say it. If you live in Marietta, which is the city right next to Smyrna, Cobb County, you know how to say Smyrna. That's like saying I live in, like, yeah, I live in Texas. Like, I'm right outside of Houston. But you live in, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that was a good metaphor example, but y'all get what I'm saying. And that was weird for me. It was like, you're never really in Atlanta every time I call you. You always make it look like you're on vacation and on the go. You don't live here. Have you even been here? Why did you feel like you needed to lie? So let's fast forward. I said, okay, for the heck of it, let me Google some things. Okay? So I start Googling and I see like, oh, I find one of her businesses registered in North Carolina. Oh, well, I'm not driving to North Carolina to take her to small claims court, but then I find her address. And then I find her warrants. Warrants, baby. Who is this woman? I'm all for you having a dirty past or messed up past and you turn your life around. I think her charges didn't even have anything to do with really scamming for real, but it's like, who are you? You didn't say nothing about your past. You told me about the little brain tumor. If you're supposed to be doing business with somebody and you are basically scamming them, you know, dragging them along, you scam these other people way worse than you scam me, it just didn't look good that you also have a record. Multiple mugshots. Mind you too, some of the people in the group message that are waiting on this location that have been waiting way longer than me have not heard from this woman in months. I think they paid more than I did. I find her business Facebook page. I find her Google business page. And I think that was it. And I left a review. Here it is. And I think one of the guys from the group also left something too. Because I clearly can't get my money back. I'm not gonna hear from you. You sending me in circles.
Pause real quick. I do not have the screenshot where I left her review on her Google page, because that's honestly where I attached all her mugshots and went more into detail. But I did not screenshot it, and she was able to delete her Google page. So I don't have that review.
And I also meant to call the law firm to tell them that they need to send her a cease and desist, because here's her name and her address, because she's using y'all's law firm. Like, she's saying that y'all are representing her and she's not. And I know that has to be illegal, but I decided not to. I'm like you mentally just get tired. Like, it's just like, I'm ready to move on. Probably 30 minutes to an hour later, all three of us, I think, get a long, nasty message from her. Ma'am, where have you been? I have nothing more to say to you. All I can do now is move forward and warn other people about you. That's it. She sends this long message, my lawyer will contact you, da 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 da, blah 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 blah. Oh, she's pissed. Somebody probably spent their last on her to try to make a difference in their life, change their life around, start a business for themselves, do better for their family, do something to earn income, to like live a better quality life. And this is the type of stuff that you're doing. That's messed up. I'm going to tell everyone about you. Yeah, you're gonna get an e-course from her. You can get some PDF files, but when it's time for her to secure your location and communicate with you about why things may not be working your way, good luck. She emailed me, and then I think she texted me and was like, I don't know if you saw my email. I'm gonna keep this short. My lawyer will be in contact with you. Y'all think I heard from a lawyer? Girl, you are the lawyer, you are the assistant, you are the everything. Like I said, I disputed the charges. It kept bouncing back. I did not get my partial money back. So that was basically it, y'all. I started her course literally on a plane. I was flying back from filming in LA, and I'm like, okay, let's start this vending business for real. And I started her e-course like in June or July. And this part, I think she said in the thing, I asked her how long should this take, and it had been months and months and months, and I was being gracious and patient and just hoping it wasn't true. I got my location. It's up and running. We'll be getting another location in a few months. I had to keep pushing and keep going. It made the process longer. And honestly, I was trying to pay her to do the location finding for me, and I ended up calling my homeboy who's in the vending business and been in it for years, and was like, look bro, I'm just trying to get a location now. I've been scammed. I'm just trying to keep moving forward. And he was like, stop trying to pay people to do it. Like, you know, just, I wanted like everything that I just want to show up with the machines. And it's like, you can use a location finder, but don't be scared to talk to these people. It's not that hard, whatever. So it kind of pushed me and made me grow and made me do something I was like, maybe not fearful of, but she was promising me like she would do everything and I would literally just show up with the machine. But instead, I ended up using a location finder, and then I have to call, close the deal, send the business proposal. I had to do all of that, which it was totally fine because it worked out great. And now I have a location and I love it. And it's grossing me pretty good about, I guess I'll say that for the other video, with gross and stuff like that and numbers. But yeah, like I said, if I could save one person, great, awesome. If you see this video and you was thinking about using her, don't. Stay safe out there. Tune in to my next video, which will be my vending documentation journey. I guess this was technically June to like December, January-ish when I realized I was getting scammed, and where I actually got the location and stuff like that from like January to now. I've been documenting, so that will be the video to come up next. I will see y'all later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye. See you later.